Every time I tell this tale, the hair on my arm stands right up. It's a bridge to the greatness we once knew. And mark my words, you can't build a tall future if you don't have those deep, golden roots to hold you up. Let me tell you a tale. In fact, an incident from our glorious history. When the West was attacked by King Mandhata, the lion of the solar dynasty, in the Satya Yuga. Long, long before Lord Ram, lived Mandhata, the Chakravartin. That was the golden era of Ayodhya. The Chakravartin Mandhata, also known as the Lion of the Solar Dynasty, ruled an empire where the sun never set. Under King Angara, the Druyu tribes raided our territories and stole the people's tranquility for years, casting a darkness over the north. Mandhata was aware that putting out these flames was essential to the survival of his dominion. Angara was standing there, mocking the rising sun of Ayodhya from his throne of the 5 rivers. He had no idea that his arrogance was going to change the world's maps. Angara challenged the emperor's divine right to reign by spitting at the sky when Mandhata's Digvijaya arrived at those northwest gates. Then the Great War started, and the world trembled. It was a battle of souls rather than just steel over steel. Mandhata delved deeply into the divine Astra's power, weapons crafted in the quiet of his contemplation. The Lion of Ayodhya ultimately proved to be too much. The very core of the Druyu resistance broke like a dry twig when Angara fell upon that bloody plain and took his last breath. The Druyus ran away when Mandhata killed Angara. They moved far into the Iranian plateau, both north and west. However, Mandhata followed as he was aware that these adversaries would eventually apprehend him. He therefore wants to complete them once and for all. He followed them till the Iranian plateau engaged in multiple conflicts and was brought under control. Mandhata fought several wars in Iran. Once the war was over, while the Iranian warriors watched with suspicion, Mandhata's men used the geometry of the stars and the math of the Vedas to develop the land which they had conquered. This was the birth of the Kanat, underground canals that would sustain Iran for 4,000 years. They thought it was magic. Mandhata knew it was his dharma. Deep in the plateau lived Lavana, the salt, the chaos of the desert that withered crops. But Mandhata did not just kill his enemies. He changed the environment as he built many canals and lakes so they could no longer be enemies. Later they saw him not as a Kankara, but a Vidhata, a provider. He taught them the solar calendar and built the first sun temples where the fire never goes out. Soon after, the local tribes of Iran called themselves the Manda, whom history would later call the Maids, founders of the Persian Empire. Even today, the Mand River in Iran carries his name.
Please like, subscribe, join the seeker, and relish the journey.